Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Divine and welcome back to another online class. So in our last class, we were talking about coding and what Scratch application is. Alright, there we learned about the Scratch interface, and then I told you in the next video we are going to make our first Scratch game, which is what we are about to do. Okay, so let's get right into it. So the game we are making, like I said earlier on, is a game where we'll have a fortune cookie or a food whereby a mouse is trying to get, but the fortune cookie disappears and appears a random position like that while we are trying to catch the fruit or the food or whatever it is we are going to use as the food. So we are going to have a food or a fruit or a fortune cookie. I think we are going to use the fortune cookie because I remember seeing a fortune cookie sprite in the last video, and then also we are going to use a mouse sprite. Okay, now this game, we are doing this game because this game teaches us how to use our arrow keys. Okay, it teaches us movement, it teaches us how to make a sprite appear and disappear, and so on and so forth. All of these things we are going to do in this video. Okay, so let's get started. Now for our game, we only need 2 sprites, and unfortunately this sprite here is not one of the sprites we need, so we are going to get rid of it. How can we get rid of it? In the last video I told you to get rid of a sprite. All you need to do is click on this delete icon here. So once I left click on it, it goes away. Now I have a blank stage, which means there is no sprite. So I need to insert my sprite. First of all, I'll go to my sprite library and then insert my fortune cookie. I can search for it here since I already know the name of the sprite. So I'll go fortune, okay, F-O-R-T, there we are, fortune cookie. It appears on my stage, and then I'll insert my second sprite, which is a mouse 1. Okay, and I'll click on it. There we have our 2 sprites. Now anytime you are making a game, an animation or a story, the first thing you need to do is to set up your stage. That means you need to set the original position where all the sprites will be whenever the game is starting. Okay, which is what we are doing now. We are setting up the stage. Okay, so I have my 2 sprites. Now I need to just make a fancy background, okay, where I can have this my game happen. So I go to my backdrop. Okay, now there are different backgrounds we are going to use, but we're going to try to be a little bit realistic and add some little flair to what we are doing. So what we're just going to use is this blue sky too. I know it's not really much, but it's much better than having a blank stage anyways. So let's keep going. Now what I need to do is this. I am going to resize these 2 sprites. Okay, I don't like the way they are too big. You might want to use it this way, it's fine, but let's resize it so that it will look small and our stage will look big. All right, so for the fortune cookie, let's make it let's say 30. So once you click on your size here, you click on the number, you type in 30, okay, and then you hit the enter key. It becomes small. Very good. And then we'll go to the mouse, and then instead of 100, let's make the mouse 50. There we are. Okay, much better. Good. Now in this class, like I said, we are going to learn how to make a sprite appear and disappear. Okay, we are also going to learn how to make a sprite go to random position. That means it pops up in different position. Okay, the fortune cookie will be here, it can later on to come here, later on to appear here, later on to appear here at random positions. Okay, we are going to do that, and then also we are going to write a code whereby the mouse will be moving on its own. Okay, and then we can change its direction. Is that all right? So that's how we're going to go. We're going to go from simple like that to complex until we complete the game. All right, so let's get into it. First of all, let's try to make a sprite appear and disappear. Now that is going to be for our fortune cookie. So I'll click on my fortune cookie icon at the bottom here. Now once you click on the fortune cookie icon, okay, it will be highlighted here, and also you see the picture of the fortune cookie in your code area or your work area rather. So we start our first code. Now what we are going to do is this. We will go to our code area and then go to the code block that says events here. Now what event does is it allows you to create a scenario, or it tells you how your code should start running. Okay, so I'm going to tell Scratch this. Whenever I click on this green flag here, okay, I want the fortune cookie to disappear first of all, and then appear. Okay, disappear and then appear. So I'm going to go to events and say when the green flag is clicked, I'll hold on to my left click and then drag and drop the block here. Okay, so I have when the green flag is clicked, which is this flag. Okay, what should happen when I click on the green flag? Good, I want this guy to disappear and then wait for some seconds, then it appears again. Okay, now how can I do that? I'll go to looks. Now in looks, there are different blocks there, but the block I want is the block that says hide. So all I need to do is to scroll down. Okay, you can see when I'm scrolling down, I picked this thing here, this scroller here, and then I'm scrolling it down. I left click and I'm pulling it down. Okay, but if you are using a mouse, you can just use your scroll button to scroll down. All right, so I have my hide here. It's on looks, hide. You can see looks is still highlighted here. So I'll pick hide and then grab it and then move it close to when the green flag is clicked. You can see there's a shadow. Okay, once I see the shadow, I can let go. Automatically hide fits to when the green flag is clicked. Now let's try this code out. Okay, let me click on the green flag. Remember the command here, the code here is saying, let me zoom in a little bit on my code. I'll click on this plus sign here. Okay, the command here is saying when flag clicked, hide. So let's see if the fortune cookie will hide whenever I click on the flag. There we go, it's hidden. Okay, now we need to make it show. All right, remember I said we wanted to hide for 1 second and then it shows after 1 second. So let's do that. Okay, so to make it to show, we'll grab this show block and then put it underneath hide. Okay, now if I run this code this way, look at what will happen. It's almost like as if nothing happened because it is running these two codes fast. It's making it hide the shows. Immediately it hides the shows. So we need to put this wait 1 second in between hide and show. Where can we get wait 1 second? We need to go to control. Now just like the name goes, control, it allows us to control the game or our animation or our story. So in control, our first block there is wait 1 second. Okay, so I'll pick the wait 1 second and then try to put it in the middle. Now if I move it to the middle, you see show gave way for the wait 1 second. Now I can let go of my wait 1 second and then it fits in. Okay, mind you, we can change this number here to whatever number we want, but let's test this out first. Okay, so I click on the green flag, it hides, and then after 1 second it shows. Okay, you can see we're making progress. Now we've told Scratch what to do using this code. We told it when the green flag is clicked, hide, wait 1 second, show. Look at it again, hide, 1 second, show. Let's try counting. 0, 1. You see, it shows. Good. Now the next thing we want to do is this. Okay, we don't just want it to hide and then show in the same position. You can see it hides, it shows in the same position, it hides, it shows in the same position. We want it to go to another position. We want it to start going to different places around the stage. Okay, we want it to, once it disappears from here, we want it to appear somewhere here, anywhere around the stage, but not in one particular position. Now we need a code that says go to random position. Okay, now where can we find that code? We go to motion. Now just like the name goes, motion, anything that has to do with movements, okay, that is where we go to. If you want to do anything that to your sprite that has to do with movement, we go to motion. Now in motion, the fourth block says go to random position. You can see it here. All right, so what I will do is this. I will say before the fortune cookie shows, it should first of all go to a random position. So I'll put it on top of the go to random position. Okay, and I'll put it on top of the show, like so, there. All right, now when I click on the green flag, you can see it changed position. Look at it again. You can see it changed position. So now it's changing position. Look at it here. All right, good. Now I want this to continue happening. I don't want it to be once I click on green flag it just happens once. I want it to continue happening over and over again. I want this command here, this one's here, this hide, wait 1 second, go to random position, show. I want these 4 codes to continue happening over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, now this simply means I need to create a loop. Okay, a loop. What does a loop mean? A loop means something that is happening over and over again, the same thing happening over and over again, just like the rotation of a fan. The blades are moving the same way over and over again, so that is a loop. Okay, so anything that happens over and over again is a loop. Like if I'm clapping, so far I am doing the same thing over and over again. I am making a loop. Is that all right? So we need to put these codes here inside a loop. Now there are different loops in Scratch, okay, different loops, and we can get all of those loops in control. But for this class, we are going to use the forever loop, forever. Now just like the name goes, it happens forever. Now look at what happens. Once I move forever here, you can see that the shadow of forever becomes wide enough to swallow the remaining codes. So once I see the shadow around my codes, I let go. Now my forever has swallowed everything. Now I can put it under when the green flag is clicked like that. And then everything snaps in together. Now look at what happens here. Whenever I click on the green flag, wow, there is an error. Immediately it shows it disappear. Okay, now this is what we call debugging. Whenever you try your code and you notice that something is wrong with it, okay, when you are fixing the error, it's called debugging. All right, so I'm going to debug this. I want to know why my sprite is not showing. Okay, now the reason why is this. If you look at our code, let's read our code. It says when the green flag is clicked, forever hide, wait 1 second, go to random position, show, then immediately shows it's doing what? It's going back to the beginning, which is hiding. So once it shows, it's hiding immediately. This code is running over again. So what I need to do is this. I need to control my flow, the flow of my code, by putting wait 1 second here. Remember, wait 1 second is in control. So go to control and then grab our wait 1 second and then put it here like this. So when I click on green flag, you can see it hides. Wait 1 second like that. Lovely. So you can see now my fortune cookie is doing exactly what I want it to do. When the green flag is clicked, hide, go to a random position, show, hide, wait for 1 second, hide, go to random position, show, like that, like that. So for now, I think my fortune cookie is working fine. Okay, good. Now let's stop the code. Now let's work on the mouse. Remember I said we want the mouse to move, okay, and then we can change the direction by pressing the arrow keys on our keyboard. All right, so let's get started with the mouse. Okay, first thing first, our events. When the green flag is clicked, okay, let me zoom in like this. Lovely. Now I want the mouse to move. Okay, how can the mouse move? Where can we get a code for the mouse to move? Remember I said for anything that has to do with movement, we go to motion. Now in motion, the first block says what? Move 10 steps. Now look at this. Whenever I put the move 10 steps under when the green flag is clicked, look, when I click on the green flag like so, the mouse only moved once. You see? It's only when I click on the green flag the mouse moves. Now how can I correct this? I want the mouse to keep moving. I want the mouse to perform this code continually. I want this code to be happening over and over and over and over and over and over again. How can we do it? It's the same thing we did for the fortune cookie. We need to put it inside a loop. So I'm going to go back to my mouse and then go to control where I'll find my loops. Grab forever. Make sure it swallows my move 10 steps. And then I'll put it back under when the green flag is clicked. Now when I click on the green flag like this, you can see my mouse is moving. Okay? Look at it again. I need to pull my mouse back. If I click on the green, if I stop the code and click on the green flag, you see my mouse is stuck here. It can't move. Okay? So what I need to do is this. I need to create a starting position for my mouse. so that whenever I click on the green flag, the mouse will go to that starting position, then it starts moving. All right. Now, how can we do that? Still in motion. Okay, still in motion. Now, once I get to motion, there is a block here that says go to X, there's a number, Y, there's a number. Now, the number doesn't have to be the same thing with yours because we are still going to change it. So I'm going to put that my first code under when the green flag is clicked, like so, here, like this. And then I'll change the number to 0, 0. Now, this means the mouse will go to the center of the stage. Okay, X0, Y0. Now, when I click on the green flag, see, the mouse goes to the center of the stage and starts moving. All right, lovely. Now, at this point in time, we've learned two things. We've learned how to make a sprite hide and disappear. Okay, and also we've learned how to make a sprite move on its own. Okay, in the next class or in the next video, I am now going to show you how to make a sprite change direction. Okay, so that when it is moving, it can change direction, it can go up, it can go down, it can go left, and it can go right. Okay, so we are going to stop here for today. In the next class, we are going to move past the stage. So bye for now. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.